¿Qué es lo que carajo está pasando aquí? Yo me llamo Joe, el gordo mafioso, ok. No me quiero pa' nada, estoy representando
faaaaaaxxxx.
y vaya a ser pa' el carajo pa' todos ustedes, Pancho Cara Queso. That's right, that's right.
Word up. Coming out of in Queens now, chilling with the, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta leave a message for y'all.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Hack to the tech to the get that check. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Know what I mean? Thanks. And like I said, I was gonna tell y'all my story about what happened to me on Thanksgiving. We gotta give thanks. Gotta give a lot of thanks to the Lord. You know what I mean? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. You know what I mean? So this is what happened not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So it was I think a Saturday or a Sunday, and it was definitely on the weekend, and my boy hit me up. He was like, yo, I'm chilling with the I'm chilling with this girl. I want to take her to the city. You know what I mean? Can we use your car to go to the city? Can we take it to the city? You know, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Go to the city. You know what I'm saying? So we went to the city. We went to Manhattan, and we were chilling. I actually made a video eating a 99-cent pizza that day with both of them. With both of them. You know what I'm saying? I made a video, a mukbang, having a 99-cent pizza. And the pizza was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty good, son. It was pretty damn good. So then, you know, I'm just chilling with them, and after a while, you know what I'm saying, I'm just, you know, we're close to a studio. So I ended up going to a studio, you know what I mean? I left them and went to the studio, a very famous studio, should I add. You know what I mean? Very famous studio. I'm not gonna say what studio, but I'm just gonna say it's a very famous studio. Facts! Okay, so I'll go to the studio, right? So, we park my car. My car is parked. I park my car. It's in the city, park my car, you know what I mean? And you know, like I said, I'm chilling with them, but then I decide to just leave them because, you know what I mean? Because, you know, my boy's with this girl that he just met, or she's a friend of his family, and, you know, he want to impress her, so I'm just like, whatever. Let me go do my own thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I decided to go to studio. You know, I know some peoples at the studio or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I go, boom, you know what I mean? I jet to the studio, you know what I mean? I want to hear beats, you know, I wanna do some music, whatever. Facts. So, I parked my car. My car's parked, right? And it's I let them have the keys. They had the keys. They were driving. I let my boy drive. So they had the keys. I left them with the keys. So my boy couldn't get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up taking my car with that girl and going to his crib. You know what I mean? Which was fine with me at the moment. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So I was coming. So as I was leaving the studio, you know, I forgot to charge my phone. Like my phone, I forgot to charge my phone. I forgot to charge my phone. You know what I mean? I forgot to charge my phone at the studio. I just forgot I had a, you know what I'm saying? I just forgot about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot I had a phone. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And then, I was leaving the studio. I saw my phone was dying. Facts. So, I was like, all right. I call my boy. He told me he already bounced. He left. You know what I mean? It wasn't his fault. Because I decided to stray away from them. And I told them to hold on to the keys. Keep the keys. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, as I was leaving the studio, I still had a little bit of battery on my phone, right? So I call somebody up, right? And now let me tell you, this is someone really close to me. I'm not gonna give details, nothing like that, but it's someone really close to me. All right. There's an app called Life 360. And they pretty much know. I mean, that's like my protection. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel protected. I'm loyal to this person. This person's loyal to me. We trust each other, and bada bing, bada boom. So, so this person, I call this person real quick, and I tell them pick me up. You know what I'm saying? They offered me to call an Uber or Lyft. I rejected. I don't know why I rejected it, but I did. You know, that was stupidity on my part. You know what I'm saying? I just did not want an Uber or Lyft home. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got the story twisted a little bit. Listen, all right, this is what happened. Okay, so my boy, I was calling him. I was like, yo, where my car at? You know what I'm saying? Where did I park my car? And he was like, listen, I will leave the keys behind the wheel of your car. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and I was telling him where my car at. And he gave me the directions, but I just still couldn't find it. All right? I just still couldn't find it. But it ended up he took the car home. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He ended up taking the car home. I guess I don't know. I don't know that part of the story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that part of the story. All right, so when I came out the studio, right? When I came out the studio, I called this person, and this person got Life 360. Like I said, it's an app. They know where I'm at all the time. They know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They told me my phone was dying, son. My phone was dying. Facts. Told me, stay where you at. I'm going to pick you up right there. All right, so I didn't exactly stay where they told me to stay. I walked a couple blocks up, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? I was like, you know what? When they come, you know, I'm going to go to the end of the block. I'm going to go to the end of the block because when they come up, it was a one-way street. When they come up, they're going to have to reach the end of the block, right? So they're going to see me right there at the end of the block. So, boom. So I'm at the end of the block right there. And then these mother humpers pull up in masks with guns right to my head. Facts. And they say, you know what they said? At first, this shocked me a little bit. They said, we think you know a little too much. And I was like, what are you talking about? We think you know a little too much. A little too much about what? What are you talking about? Like, we think you heard a little too much. Or you recorded us, or you taped us or something like that. I was like, what are you talking about, man? You know, y'all dumb. This is really not necessary, you know what I'm saying? Facts. So I got a few gold chains on. I got 2 gold chains on like this. You know what I'm saying? And they decided to take my gold chains off. You know what I'm saying? I got the guns to my head. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, you got 2 guns to your head. You know what I mean? You got a freaking driver in the car, a getaway driver in the car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I gotta think quick. All right. So I gave them the chains. It ain't nothing. You know, whatever. So what? You know what I'm saying? I gave them the chains. Here. Here's your stripper money. You know what I'm saying? Go sell it and go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And throw your dollars. Whatever. The chains I had on wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I had on a 20K chain on. Or I didn't even have a 2K chain on. I didn't even have a $500 chain on. It was just some little chains just to look fly. I mean, the charms cost them more than the chain. So, but they took it, you know what I mean? Because at the same time, they still look nice, right? So they took it, and then they was like, give me your phone. Give me your phone. I was like, yo, my phone is dead, bro. Because my phone died. My phone died. My phone died at the time. My phone died. My phone dead. Completely dead. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I had no choice but to give them my phone. Because I had 2 guns to my head. You know what I'm saying? What would you do? You got 2 guns to your head. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I give them my phone. They put the charger in. And they charge it up in their car. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And while they're charging the car, this kid's like, I'm gonna blow your brains out. I'm like, yo, this kid must be disturbed, yo. I swear. He was a stupid little idiot. I don't even know if they were young or old. I have no clue. I was just like, whatever, man. I was just concerned about my ride. It wasn't a Lyft. It wasn't an Uber. But I was concerned about my ride. I wanted to get this over with. You know what I'm saying? So they won't get hurt. Right? Facts. So I was like, you know what? So they were like, all right, so finally it charged. And they told me, put the pin code, put the pin in the code. And you know what? I just couldn't remember it. I just couldn't. I forgot, son. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't remember it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. You know how sometimes you just don't remember your code? And then it goes on, and then your phone goes on block mode. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta wait 20 minutes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just couldn't remember it. That's what happened. So that's what happened, and he was like, that happens one more time, I'll blow your brains out. And I was like, yo, you know what? We're taking this too far, B. Taking this too far. This is very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. You know, I got an iPhone 14. You know what I mean? Well, at that time. Even if it's off, they're gonna know where you at. Like, they could follow you. They like, I was trying to help them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either shoot me now or do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I had $1,000 in my pocket. And they ain't even checked my pockets. So you know something was weird about it. They just wanted something in my phone. You know? This was clearly a setup. I don't know from who or from what, from where, from how, who, what, who. But it was clearly a setup. And because, you know what I ended up doing? I ended up walking away right in their face. And I was like, yo, fuck, you know what? Shoot me. I just walked, kept walking. Dudes just jumped in their car with my phone, with my jewelry, and bounced, right? Yo, out of nowhere, and this is facts. Facts. I didn't have no phone, no nothing. There's no way I could call the police. All right? There's nothing. Police roll up out of nowhere. And they're like, we know what happened. A witness called us. You either tell us what happened, or there's cameras all over the place. We're gonna investigate everything. Blah 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 blah. So you know, I mean, I told them, all right, cats pulled up. They had masks on their face. You know what I'm saying? They robbed me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good. I'm good. Whatever. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get shot. They didn't shoot me. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Facts. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay. Boom. They went up in the stores or whatever, up in the buildings. They got the camera footage. You know what I mean? They got the whole camera footage. They got it all. You know what I'm saying? It's all caught on tape. The guns to my head. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I'm saying? They took my phone, which is very unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Very unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Very. You know what I mean? That was so retarded. They snitched on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got a phone that could track you wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a phone that could track you wherever you at. You know what I mean? Stupid, ignorant mother humpers. You know what I'm saying? Like, facts, bro. Facts. You know what I mean? Some people said it was a setup. Some people said it was a, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like I said, I ain't snitch on nobody. I don't know who these people was. I don't know. I don't even know how they look like. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But They took a phone, an iPhone 14, that you could track down even when it's off. And that's a fact. So they messed up. But I just want to give thanks. Thanks that I didn't get bucked. You feel me? I just got to give thanks that I didn't get bucked. Facts. And that is the purpose for the video. I mean, got to give thanks that I'm here for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Facts. Word. Shout out to everybody watching. That's my story, man, for now. I mean, I got more stories. I got other stories, you know what I'm saying? I heard about the Terror Squad member. Yo, let me get this straight to y'all. All right? I am not Terror Squad, all right? I'm a Terror Squad fan, all right? Just to let all y'all know, all right? I'm a Terror Squad fan. I'm not in Terror Squad, all right? Facts. Listen, rest in peace to Raul, all right? Erica Mena's first baby daddy, I heard he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. God bless his soul. Shout out to the whole Terror Squad crew, Fat Joe, Pistol Pete, Tony Sunshine, the whole crew, the whole squad. You know what I mean? My condolences go out to y'all. God bless y'all. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to him, but it is very sad that it has to happen around the holidays. Like I said, a lot of things always... I lost my cousin in November myself, last year. Facts. Anyway, that's it. It's your boy Hack to the Tech to get the check. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and tell me what you think about my story, man. Has anything like this ever happened to y'all? Know what I'm saying? Can you relate? And if you can't relate, be careful, all right? Be careful, all right? Learn from what I'm telling you. Get some advice. And much respect to everybody watching. All right, much love to y'all. Blessings. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving. Facts.